What is up, bike guys and bike girls? It's your host, Bike Guy Alex, back with another bike video. Today we are going to do a bike check, as promised, on my 2000s mountain bike to ultimate gravel bike conversion. But before we get to the bike check, I do have to go back and fix the mistakes that I made the first time around. So, first up, I'm taking off my rear wheel because I ended up swapping out my rear wheel. If you guys recall from the first video, I had an issue with there being a little bump slash bevel in my rear wheel that was making the brakes super jerky, which really sucked. And I tapped the bevel out with a hammer. And that worked for a little bit, but with my weight sitting over that wheel, it slowly came back. And so, knowing that that wasn't the solution that was going to fix it, I ended up just going for it and getting a new wheel for it. So, I wanted to take off the little plastic disc behind the cassette on my rear wheel because I think those things look kind of kooky. So, that's why I took the wheel off, disassembled it, and I'm really happy I did because it was so disgusting and dirty that it really needed a good clean. So luckily I wanted to take that plastic disc off, and I did, what was needed. I cleaned up my rear cassette and freewheel. This cassette was super easy to clean because all of the cogs separated, so it was actually a super easy cleaning process. And if you want to clean your own rear cassette at home and your cassette fully comes apart like this one, just make sure you keep everything in order. So basically what I did was I set it all on the ground in order, picked up the top cog, and moved my way all the way down to the bottom cog, and just reverse the order when I put them back down. And probably my biggest mistake that I had to correct was the brakes. The brake levers that are on the bike were not compatible with V-brakes, so I needed to fix that. So I had to take off the bar tape to redo the cabling on this bike. So yeah, this is the completed project of my ultimate gravel bike. My ultimate idea for this bike was to make it into a surfboard bike packing bike. So I have it set up with my surfboard here as sort of a test ride to see how it would all come together. There are some kinks to work out with the surfboard on the bike, but overall I'm pretty happy. So going through the cockpit, we've got the Shimano Ultegra road levers with the Cannondale drop bars. It's a super light aluminum drop bar, which is really nice. Got a ridiculously high stack on my stem because I went to a rigid fork. As you can see here, there is the brake adapter for the road levers to the V-brakes. Now, if you wanted to do this yourself and you're wondering if the brake adapters work, yes, they do. They make a huge difference. It's actually insane. As for the wheel set on this, I did have to change it. So it's not a matching wheel set, but the rear wheel that I put on does have the same hub and I believe cassette as the old rear wheel. Just the rim is different. So not a complete matching wheel set, but it is what it is. As for the front drivetrain, you can see I took off the front derailleur and I've gone for what I like to call a manual 3x front gear setup. So as you can see me do with not a lot of ease, but I can just shift the gear through all three of my front cogs with my finger. It isn't an easy process, but it is something that I am able to do. And I do want to get a front derailleur on this bike at some point. But I just couldn't find one that was compatible with my levers. So this is how we're running it. The manual 3x front gear setup. Not super easy to do one-handed, but two hands, pretty easy. So yeah, that's the front drivetrain right there. Coming back to the rear wheel here, we have the Shimano Dior LX rear derailleur with an 8-speed rear cassette. I'm running some Schwalbe Billy Bonkers on this setup. These tires are really fast and pretty light. My only qualm is they get punctures pretty easy. But other than that, I've really enjoyed these tires. And for the new rear wheel, we still have the same hub and cassette combo as the first rear wheel, and it is still an aluminum rim, still perfect for this lightweight mountain bike to gravel bike conversion that I was going for. I have this really cool little chilli hanging off the back of my bike. This was an idea that I came up with a long time ago, and I wanted my girlfriend to help me crochet a saddlebag of sorts. And this was the idea that we came up with, was to make like a fruit of some sort. We were thinking oranges, whatever. We couldn't find the right colors for an orange or anything like that. So then we thought apple or even chili. So we ended up going with the chili, and we realized very quickly that this would not be a saddlebag at all. It was just not going to have the space for anything inside of it. So we kind of just left it on the back burner, and I didn't do anything with all of this footage that my girlfriend took while crocheting this chili that's now on my bike. So I thought I'd talk about it here because I'm really proud of what she did, and I think it's really cool. And my idea adapted with what was created here. So now I use this chili hanging off my saddle as a sort of reflector deal. I was just using one of those old, disgusting, really terrible looking reflectors that comes on your bike stock, and I screwed it into the chili, and I was using it as a reflector on my bike, and it worked for a while, but then it fell off. So I have to rethink how to attach that reflector back on there. But I think that this is a really cool idea and something that I want to refine, because I think crochet reflectors using paracord is a really cool idea. As for the surfboard setup, I do have to have this extra little like bungee attaching it to my stem, because for whatever reason it likes to move and hit my back wheel. So to counteract that, I have the bungee on there up front to help hold it in place so that it's not moving in the wind and hitting my rear tire. So yeah, that's the bike. It is extremely fun to ride, and yeah, I couldn't be happier. I think just getting a front derailleur on there is really the final piece of the project, and then I'm ready for some really awesome surfboard bike packing trips here in Australia. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, that's all I got for today. Love you guys. Bike guy out, baby.